It's day 4, folk. It's day 4. Can you believe it? Let me just adjust this a little bit. We are whizzing through a wild, wonderful, I hope, inspiring and empowering week for you all. So let's see who's joining us today for Masterclass 4. What? Masterclass 4, yes, we are going to be looking at exactly how we get to ditch those doubts and rewire them and turn them into self-belief. And so I'm going to hang and see who's joining us. Hello, whoever is hopping on. Well, welcome to Masterclass 4. Let me know who's joining us today here in the comments. I'm feeling really emotional today. Oh, it's Tammy G in the house. I'm feeling really emotional today. I'm not sure if it's because it was my birthday yesterday, and that always, these big milestones in our lives always leave me feeling a little reflective about the year that's been before. And wow, what a year it has been for me in my business and personal life. It's been absolutely astonishing. And I think that's made me feel a little emotional this morning, reflecting back. So I'm going to do something very different today. Because I was feeling so emotional this morning, I decided that actually I am just going to speak from the heart today. I ditched the notes. We're going to go from speaking from the heart, getting out of my busy head and allowing my heart to communicate with you, because when I do that and when I don't overthink, I can trust that I'm going to deliver exactly what it is that you all need to hear. It might not be what I had planned, but I'm trusting that what is going to come out in the next half an hour is exactly what you need to hear for your journey of ditching the doubts and building your belief. So welcome. So great to have you all back here for Masterclass 4. Like, amazing effort that you're all putting in, because I know how very easy it is for that subconscious mind to tell you that you're too busy, you don't have time for this, there's other things to do. But by putting yourselves first here every day at midday, whether you're watching live or you have been watching the masterclasses on replay, I've been getting so many lovely entries and beautiful emails from you all watching on replay. It's been very humbling and I just feel so honored that I'm able to do this work. I just feel so grateful that I have been able to build up my level of self-belief to be able to share my belief in others. Because sometimes when we don't believe in ourselves, we need to borrow somebody else's self-belief belief in us until we're able to really wire in that belief in ourselves. And when we do, just incredible things happen in our lives. And I hope that I can give you some inspiration for all of that in today's masterclass. So yes, we're trusting in the power, Tammy G. We certainly are. So let's dive in to how to rewire positivity at the level of our subconscious. We've been exploring the subconscious mind all week. And it's been a real journey, I hope, a real learning journey to really help you see how you can find solutions, to help you get a different perspective, to really look at this from the brain's point of view. Because when we do, like, I love the science, right? Once we understand the science of why it is that we are the way that we are and why we behave the way that we do, we're given so many answers. And then we can use all of this wonderful experience and self-awareness to start interrupting those patterns at the level of the subconscious. So welcome. If you're just hopping on or you're catching some replay and you're like, who is this woman in her flawsomeness? My name's Naomi Newland. I am a confidence coach, a hypnotherapist, a solution-focused psychotherapist, and an EFT practitioner. So I have a wide range of tools and modalities that I use to really help. I specialize in helping people with their self-esteem and their confidence to feel really good so that they can live more of their life full of dreams and make those their reality. That just gives me utter joy to witness. So I've been working for 12 years now at the level of the subconscious mind. My career very much began as a hypnobirthing teacher, and that was just such a beautiful journey for me to be able to support couples during this incredible time in their lives. It's led on to me wanting to harness the power of hypnosis and hypnotherapy, retraining back in 2017, started practicing in 2018. Like, wonderful things have happened in my life since I took that big, bold leap of faith and said, yes, I'm going to trust in myself. I'm going to believe in myself that I can do this. And just beautiful things have happened, and the incredible people that I get to spend so much time with now in my More Than Enough community just make it all worthwhile. So thank you for each and every one of you that has been supporting, that has been sharing, that has been joining in. It's joyous, and this is my emotions, right? I'm feeling all of the emotions today. Yes, I am feeling them all. What an incredible bunch of humans I get to spend time with. So, the More Than Enough experience. We have got a corker of a prize on offer. Those of you that have been sending in your secret words all week, we will be announcing the winner tomorrow. Make sure you get today's secret word in before midday tomorrow. Might have to make it before midday because I'm going to have to collate all the answers ready to be able to say 11 o'clock. It needs to be in by 11 o'clock to give me time to put you all into the random prize generator, and we're going to pick an amazing winner. And that makes me feel really emotional because I know that this More Than Enough experience, it's my life's work. I've pulled together just such an incredible 10-week experience. It keeps evolving, it keeps changing, it keeps getting better. The people that are attracted into the program are just simply the most beautiful humans ever. And it changes lives. And so to be able to gift someone this opportunity tomorrow, knowing that the person that they are that day is going to be completely different to the person who finishes the More Than Enough experience, and how they will evolve and grow during that 10 weeks. You know, it's just such a glorious opportunity for me to be able to support you and whoever is the lucky winner to be able to dive really deep into unlocking their potentiality. So I'm going to share some words here with you from one of our recent graduates of the More Than Enough experience. You can actually have to make it a bit bigger because that writing is small. I hope that you're all able to see it, whether you're watching on phones. I will read it out for you so that you can see all of these beautiful words. So this client explains that before she met me, she had spent much of her adult life playing small, struggling with self-limiting beliefs and never feeling very capable or good enough to step out of her comfort zone. While she was working with me using emotional freedom technique, guided hypnosis, I sensitively and compassionately took her on a journey to help process her recent bereavement and childhood traumas from which she had developed incredible anxiety from. Low self-esteem over the years. Throughout the sessions, it felt safe to be open and vulnerable in a way that I've never felt possible with other therapists. It was down to Naomi's warmth, sensitivity, compassion, and a beautiful energy which allowed me to feel relaxed, supported throughout the sessions, allowing her to go really deep and release those negative emotions that have held her back for years. She feels truly blessed to have discovered the More Than Enough method, and it's the best investment that she ever made in herself. She would 100% recommend joining the program. Of course, it's inspiring and supportive sisterhood who will share your transformational journey with you. Through the More Than Enough method, she has discovered her inner strength, her confidence, and a new belief in herself to take on challenges and push way beyond anything she ever thought she was capable of doing. And those words are what I get out of bed for every morning. Those words, to get testimonials like that back from my incredible clients having gone through this experience, is what gives me the drive and the passion to get this out to as many people as possible. It's my lifetime's mission, and I don't take that lightly. So, are you excited? Are you excited about the amazing prize that is on offer? And be assured there's only going to be, oh, hi Zara, there's only going to be one winner, but I will also be opening up the doors to the next round of More Than Enough 6 tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to telling you lots and lots of detail about exactly what it looks like, exactly how it works, our incredible team of experts that I have the honor of working alongside in this next round of More Than Enough. It's our 6th round. So it's beautiful, it's only 2 years since the first round as well, and I just think how far we've come as a community in those 2 years. So thank you for those beautiful words. You know who you are with that testimonial. I've left it anonymous because there's some personal details in there, but thank you to the lovely client who wrote me that amazing testimonial. So let me tell you a bit more to get you really hyped up, really excited about the More Than Enough method and how it looks over the 10 weeks. If you have been enjoying these masterclasses, like, you will absolutely have your mind blown by what is on offer in the 10-week experience. I have taken little snippets over the past 4 days, like little nuggets, but during the full 10-week experience, we go deep, really into these big topics that are going to help you not only educate yourself, build up that psycho-awareness, but also really teach you the powerful professional tools that I have spent over a decade mastering now, so that you become, at the end of the experience, your own therapist, your own coach. You've got everything that you need at the end of the 10 weeks, because we start off at the beginning of the journey, really understanding what confidence looks like, what it will feel like, what it will be like to be more than enough. And that is a whole week of really exploring that. And we kind of do things in a specific way. It might feel counterintuitive, but we hype up the confidence from the start, because as soon as we do that, we activate the inner critics, you know, that negative narrative that's in your voice. We really begin in week 2 to explore all of the obstacles, all of the limiting beliefs, all of the experiences that have led you to have the self-doubts and that negative narrative that's holding you back. So we go really, really deep into that. In week 2, really exploring the obstacles. That's a very psychology-based masterclass experience. And then we start getting really technical. We start actually doing the practical work in week 3, start teaching you how to recode your mindset, how to move from a more fixed mindset to a more growth mindset, and all of the amazing professional potent tools that enable you to do that on a lasting, permanent basis. And there's no point in doing this work there if you don't have the energy to be able to follow through. So week 4 is all about making sure your energy is aligned with what it is that you desire, so you're able to keep on taking these actionable steps into completely transforming your life. Week 5 is rediscovering our true selves. What I have found very often with clients, especially in this busy modern life, is that they've lost that connection with their true identity, especially if we've been parenting or we've been through the pandemic. You know, life has been a lot. It can feel like a heavy weight on our shoulders, and we forget who we are. And so week 5 of the More Enough experience is going really deep into reconnecting with the most important relationship that we have, and that's our relationship with ourselves. Like, the way that we talk to ourselves matters, the way that we treat ourselves matters. And when we really reconnect with our true potentiality and our real essence, like, opportunities just begin to open up where you've never seen the opportunities before. They've always been there before, but we've been blinded. So we kind of open up all these incredible new opportunities. And then week 6, we look at rewiring the subconscious mind. So again, you learn the tools of self-hypnosis, how to get yourself into that theta state that we've been talking about. The whole course is complemented by 8 hypnotherapy MP3, so that we're doing the work at the level of the subconscious. You know, that 96% that's trying to override the 4% of your best intentions and knowing exactly what it is you need to do. But we're working against decades of patterning. And so the hypnotherapy in week 6 is going to really, really help you make those shifts at the place where it's going to have the most impact. Week 7, we step into radiating as well, who it is that you were truly born to be. Like, I absolutely firmly believe that every person on this planet has a mission, has a purpose. There's a reason that you are the most uniquely blended, perfect version of you. It's because you've got gifts to share. So we step into that in week 7, really, really recognizing that, stepping into the future version of yourself. And week 8 doesn't actually sit in week 8, comes back further in the program, but something that I added in after a few rounds of the More Than Enough experience is really understanding our nervous system as well, because we can do all the work in the head brain, but if we're not doing the work in our body and we're not doing the work with our nervous system, then none of it is going to stick. So this is a whole new module that has been included to really, really help make sure it is the most transformational experience possible and that you get the results that you desire. Plus, we have this incredible system that I'm going to introduce you to tomorrow called the Flip the Script system. And this is how we take those limiting beliefs and turn them into empowered beliefs. And then using the 8 weeks, we embed them at the level of your subconscious so that you are more aligned with your behaviors, become more aligned with what it is that you say that you want. And you build up the courage to better own that as well. So like, I cannot wait to gift this to somebody tomorrow, because I know what an impact it's going to have upon your life. So that's what the schedule kind of looks like. I'm going to tell you much more about all the frills, how we make the magic happen, because this isn't any experience. It's far more than coaching. It's far more than therapy. There's so much magic involved. It's such a thorough deep dive into transforming your life at the level of the subconscious. So I'm really, really excited. Can you tell? Can you tell? I'm really, really excited. So we've had an action-packed week already. We've been looking at the power of suggestibility. Why is the brain so plastic and why we're so influenced by our environment? And now that we understand that, today we're going to start flipping that to work in our favor rather than our detriment. We're going to start looking at self-serving beliefs rather than self-sabotaging beliefs. On Tuesday, we started looking at where those beliefs came from, how we our behaviors are then impacted by those belief systems that are all rumbling away, decades of them that we've accumulated at the level of our subconscious. We really explored how the subconscious mind works and why this is the key piece to the transformational puzzle. And yesterday we explored those inherited beliefs, how we get to say, this is where the buck ends. This is how we pass on the ripple positive impact to our friends, our family, those around us, because we get to do things different. We get to choose to do things differently. And when you're armed with all this wisdom and knowledge, you will start to behave habitually differently, and you'll receive wonderful outcomes. So today we're really beginning to build up that self-belief. I wonder how your audit of negative thinking and limiting beliefs has come along. I wonder if you're really very clear on the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. And I wonder if you're ready to start thinking about what it will look like if you didn't have those doubts, if you didn't have that negative narrative, if you were certain that you were capable, resourceful, strong, you could achieve anything that you truly desired, you could call in everything that you wanted from life. What would that look like? Because this is where the transformational magic happens. Once we decided what it is that we don't want, we need to take our attention and rewire it at the level of the subconscious using the wonders of neuroplasticity to focus on what we do want. So we get to create new blueprints at the level of the subconscious. What that then does is retain the reticular activating system to help us to seek those opportunities, to help us be more in tune with them. They're always there, but we're invisible to them. Remember how I've said that a few times now. It's a key point, because when we're feeling more confident, when we're feeling more calm, when we're feeling more clear, when we're feeling more positive, we open up all of these wonderful opportunities. So for some clients, that has meant starting new businesses, or it's meant retraining, or going back to university to do doctorates even, and really building up that anything is possible when we get our heads in the right place, that belief in ourselves. So I really would love for you to take stock here and really feel into, if you did not have self-doubt or negative thinking, what would you like your life to look like? Like, you get to choose. You get to create this wonderful redesign of your life, but we need to narrow it down and start thinking about what it is that we truly do desire. And I know this is a big question, and it can be quite complex and overwhelming to even think about, especially if you've been stuck in a cycle of negative thinking, that spiral of overthinking for so many years. But the idea that it can be different can be quite a lot to get our heads around. Excuse my dog. I'm surprised that he hasn't made himself known until day 4. He is usually a very regular feature in my coaching calls and my recordings. So today he's doing well. There's nobody at the front door. So to make it to day 4 with no dog barking, we've done really, really well. So let me know, who have we got on the call here? Who are our beautiful watchers? Tammy G, Zara, tell me, if you did not have any self-doubt or negative thinking, what would you like your life to be like? That should say like, I've just noticed. Your life to be life should be like. Here, we're totally flying the flag for flaw-someness today. Like, I'd love to know what it is that you truly secretly desire. What would be different? Tell me, because this is how we get to do the work now. So let's revisit the neuroplasticity piece. Let's understand that the subconscious mind can be completely rewired at our will, because the brain is not fixed. It's completely live wiring every single day, with every single thought, every single biochemical reaction. Your brain is constantly flexing and changing, creating new neural pathways. So we get to control the controllables. There's so much in our lives that are out of our control. Actually, choosing to create new thought patterns is totally within our control. So in order for us to find this an easier process, we can really use neuroplasticity to our advantage. So the subconscious mind, in order to create new neural pathways, really loves it when we're in a learning experience. The more that we're thinking and taking on new ideas and concepts and expanding, the easier it becomes to create new neural pathways. The mind, when it's very active, it finds it easier to create these new thought pathways. So it becomes easier to create new ones, and we start to, it's a use it or lose it approach. So when we lose the habit of self-doubt, ditching all of those limiting beliefs, it becomes easier that those neural pathways won't exist anymore. They'll eventually, with the less we think the thoughts, they'll begin to fade away. And the new sprouts of activity that fire off in the brain, that wiring and firing process, all are amplified. And so your growth just accelerates. So building new neural networks requires repetition. That's why in the program we do things week over week over week over week over week. And we really need to access that theta brain wave level. Remember, it's alpha, beta, theta. The critical point that we want to be hitting is in between those two brainwave activities. And that's why hypnotherapy is so potent and powerful, because it's exactly what hypnotherapy does, using very creative language, using very deep relaxation tools to get you there. And so it feels really beautiful. And I hope we're going to have a little bit of a time to do some little bit of hypnotherapy in a moment as well, just to give you a real full body experience. And so by creatively visualizing, and we have to add in high emotion, because this is the emotions is what makes the glue between the brain cells and the wiring and firing stick. Remember how we spoke yesterday about how, when I was talking about EFT, that when emotions have high arousal, we put a tag on them to remind us of them. So if we can do that for positive emotions, more things that we do desire, when we shift our attention from what we don't want to what we do want, and we tag it with emotion, that's how we get to create cellular change in a deep fibrous experience throughout our whole body, because the body holds on to all of this as well. So we take that imagination that's been misused for worries and all the ifs, buts and maybes and the stresses, and we redirect the imagination into what it is that you do want. And that again is just such a fun process. It feels so good to be creating these new blueprints at the level of the subconscious, and really making sure that we're repetitively doing that, so that those cells wire and fire and become stronger and stronger neural pathways for you. Yes. So who's excited about trying some hypnotherapy? Oh, Zara, where to start? Being a job I love, driving a car, taking trips to the beach, having lots of lovely support around you, full of travel adventures and supporting women worldwide. Yes, yes, girls. We've got this. Beautiful women. Everyone that's watching, we have had some gentlemen watching. Welcome to Graham over on YouTube. Thanks for joining us as well. It's been a real interesting week to get everybody's feedback on the email. So keep all your love coming. Keep all your love coming. So let's have a little look at why it is that we recreate at the level of the subconscious. Then we want to really build up this confidence muscle, because I think there's a few myths around confidence and self-belief. When we're more confident, we believe in ourselves, right? We believe that anything is possible when we develop a strong confidence muscle. And some people kind of feel like some of the misconceptions I've had about confidence in the past, having clients, is that you're either confident or you're not. But actually, I believe confidence is like a muscle, and you can learn to be more confident. And the more you flex it, the more you work it out like you would a muscle at the gym, the stronger it will grow. And so we don't have to do anything. We get to encourage ourselves to step out of the comfort zone, and it can feel really uncomfortable. And we can be scared of feeling uncomfortable, because we've been so conditioned in our beautiful, modern, sterile lives to live in a world of convenience and comfort, that actually feeling uncomfortable can be quite scary. But getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable is like a real turning point, because it allows us to express our lived experience, to express our emotions rather than repressing it and hiding it away because it feels icky and shameful and difficult. We get to own it all, the full experience. So I love encouraging my clients to just very gently, at their own paces, begin to step out that comfort zone, because the more we do that, the stronger our confidence and our self-belief grows, and the bigger things we're able to achieve. And before you know it, that becomes your comfort zone again, right? So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous process to go through. So I wonder what it will be like for you to really find your true confidence, for you to really find your true enoughness, for you to really find your self-belief. And when I look back at this picture, I just want to tell a quick story here, that this was actually one of my very first workshop, having recently qualified. It was all around confidence building for women. I hired a cafe. I sold, I don't know, a handful of tickets, 7-8 tickets for £7 or £8 each. And I was so nervous. This was back at the start of 2018. You will see that whiteboard there is actually balanced against a table. And I was so nervous, I knocked the whiteboard over, and it sent a lantern shattering all across the place. So my nerves were demonstrated. And what I learned from that experience was, like, it's just about taking those small steps. So even though I was nervous, even though I was well outside my comfort zone, look at what I'm doing now. You know, if you told me, the 2018 version of me, that 4 years later I would be developing a worldwide global activation of enoughness makers, I'd be having a training academy, festivals, like travels around the world, it just wouldn't have felt possible for me. I would have loved the idea of it, but it was so far away from what I believed at that time. I was just concerned about selling £7 tickets to a 1-hour confidence boosting workshop. So isn't it amazing how far you can come in a short time when you begin to take those baby steps, and they all compound and grow upon one another? Yeah. So humble beginnings. And so one of the most beautiful things, like in my Flawsome t-shirt here, it's really, once we're building up the confidence and we're building up self-belief, we also have the shadow side, don't we? That is full of the doubts and the fears and the worries and what we perceive to be our flaws. And something we do a lot of in the More Than Enough experience is really build up your awareness of your flaws, but also to help you own them, because I love this idea of kintsukuroi. It's a Japanese art of where pottery is broken and they repair it with gold, so that actually the fixed piece of pottery becomes more valuable than it was before, having been broken. And I think that is just so beautiful. It's how our light gets in, isn't it? The cracks are how the light gets in. And when we really own our story, we own our experiences, we own all of the things that we might perceive to be as flaws, and we just build up that level of self-acceptance that nobody is perfect. We're all here as beautiful human beings trying our very best, I believe, most of the time. And just to own it from an perfect point of view is where you become enough. How you know that you are enough, when you just own all of your experience. And that's my goal for everybody that I work with, to know truly, deeply, subconsciously, energetically, that they are enough exactly as they are. And that's what the work that we do together is, to really own, become aware, and then accept, and then grow together. Oh, exciting times. So exciting. So I was going to give you a little taster of some hypnosis as well. I want to just take you on a bit of a confidence building experience. So for those of you who it is safe for you to just close your eyes for 5 minutes or so, please do so. If you're listening to this while you're driving, if you're listening to this while you're doing things, then I suggest that you push pause and find a safe space for you to be able to sit back and relax and feel comfortable for the next 5 minutes. Do not listen to this whilst you're on the go. It's only a short piece of hypnosis, just to give you a bit of a sample of how we can access that subconscious mind. I'm going to attempt to do it in 5 minutes. So please let me know. Are you sitting comfortably, beautiful people? Are you sitting comfortably? Because I'd like to invite you to take a space for you to just sit and consider. I'd like for you to just focus on your breathing for a moment. Breathing in for a count of 7 into the nose, and out through the mouth for a count of 11. Really beginning to slow the breath down, extending the outward breath for as long as it feels comfortable. Before inhaling, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just finding a really gentle, comfortable breathing pace that suits you now. And as you sit here relaxed, just noticing how supported you feel right now. Notice where your sitting bones or your spine connect with wherever it is in your comfortable space. And just allowing a flow of the most golden, most relaxing essence to just flow through you. Releasing any little muscles, any tension around the eyes. The jaw relaxes, chest relaxes. Shoulders begin to sink now. Shoulders just sink in further into your frame. Heart rate slowing. All of the internal organs begin to just relax. That's it. And the relaxation flows down, flowing through. All the muscles releasing and relaxing like ice cream melting on a summer's day. Arms relaxed, legs relaxed, feet relaxed. That's it. And so now, if you're ready, and if you're enjoying this experience, I'd love for you to tap into that powerful, creative, imaginative part of your mind. I'd love for you to imagine that as you sit here, magically in your hands, a leather-bound book appears, and it's strong, with a high-quality paper. It smells old and significant. There's a real weight to this book in your lap. And as you open up the first page of this book, you notice within it an image, a photograph, or perhaps it's a moving image of a memory of a time when you felt truly confident. A time when you really felt in your flow. It might be a time that's related to family or work, or a real one of life's high experiences for you. But really locating a time now in your heart when you felt most confident. And just recalling how you looked, how it felt. Really noticing your body language. Really tuning in to that time. And when you notice how that feels in the body, I'd love for you to imagine now a giant, giant volume switch. And we're just going to turn that dial or that switch up and up and up until we amplify that feeling by 10. And we turn it up until we amplify that feeling by 10 again. And we turn it up and we amplify that feeling by 10 again until we're getting a full body fizz of excitement, of vibrancy. of confidence that we were all born with. You know, the way that a child begins to learn and they stumble and trip and they fall on their bottom. They have true belief in themselves that they are able to conquer this quest of learning to walk. They don't give up. They step up every day and take another step and another step until they master that art of being mobile. And we all still have that inherent belief within us. Sometimes it's just been clouded by life experiences. And so I'd love for you to flex into your self-belief muscle, your confidence muscle, really tuning into how that feels to be that confident version of you. And now taking that image, taking that sensation and applying it to that more than enough version of you, that version of you that goes off traveling, supporting women worldwide, that version of you who's in the job that she really, really loves, driving the car, taking all those trips to the beach, being surrounded by a powerful circle of people that truly believe in you. You're like unofficial cheerleaders. That's it. And just really feeling that now, really allowing that sensation to flow throughout your whole entire human being. And just appreciating this few moments to just be, And so it shall be. And so if you had your eyes closed, you're very welcome to open them now and just readjust back to the present moment. I wonder how you found that. Let me know, especially those watching on replay. Let me know how you found that. Just very short, quick introduction to how it feels to do some deeper work at the level of the subconscious using hypnosis. It's a very blissful, euphoric experience. Feels like you're asleep, but you have the most incredible attention being activated. So gorgeous ones. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ones. Let's have a look at today's secret word as well, which is, let's go for Kinsakori. Kinsakori is today's secret word. So you should have 4 words now. You should have emailed me 4 times. Please email me before 11 o'clock for this 4th and final word to be entered in with the prize opportunity to win the 10 weeks of enoughness activating, life-changing experience. Email me your 4th word and let me know, what would your more than enough life look like? This is what I'm keen to hear about. What does your more than enough life look like? Beautiful. Well, this has been fun and nourishing. I hope now you're really developing a taste of what's possible for you. I really hope that you're working through these limiting beliefs and those self-doubts that we started with at the start of the week. And by now, day 4, you're starting to see how you can flip those on their head and turn them into more empowering, useful suggestions for your life. Tomorrow, we have got something very exciting, a live coaching experience on offer. I will open up the floor for questions and answers as well. So if anything relating to this week, anything relating to limiting beliefs, relating to neuroplasticity, relating to the subconscious mind, bring me the questions, anything that you're thinking of at the moment. And it might be something that's a personal life experience, and I'm really happy to coach around that anonymously. Just pop it on an email to me, naomi@naominewland.com, or I'm really happy to invite people up to come and have a live experience and share the screen with me as well. I'm looking for one person to do what I call the flip the script. So do let me know on email whether you would like to volunteer for that amazing opportunity also. Now, I am feeling full of love. I'm feeling full of joy, hyper excited to see who wins tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in again. Hashtag replays. Let me know how you're finding it when you watch this evening. I'm sending you all an incredible amount of love, compassion, and self-belief. I believe in you.